how do you pronounce the last name anyway again?
Tennis, like the
Tennis.
game
Yeah,
tennis.
because I thought
Yeah.
it was, and I was like, Diane Tennis, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. And I brought my, well, I guess you might have seen the cards. Yes, you got it. So, and this is the new deluxe version of the cards
Wow.
here. And then it has all the questions on the back. So every card has a different question, different question. And so I just shuffle the cards, and you know, it is a spiritually based game because it's about connecting your inner self, making your life more positive, making you feel good about yourself, making you feel good about your life, you know, and sharing that with other people too. So that's how this was created, you know. And so Get Your Happy is kind of a cheesy, you know, saying or title or whatever, but you know, in reality it's like, you know, life is about overcoming things, you know, things from your childhood, things from you know, traumas that people experience, and we all need to figure out ways to get through that, you know. And so that's why this game is really, in reality, this game is I mean, it's more than a game for sure. Okay, because you know, I you know, and I'm going to tell you a big thing right now. Okay, is that I have been in therapy for most of my life. Okay, because I have been through many different types of traumas. Okay, and this in reality is from that therapy as well as being an entertainer. Okay, so I've been an entertainer, performer, worked with children many years too. So it's a combination of all those different things put together. And you know, because when you know, people try and avoid, say, counseling, therapy, whatever, a lot of times, and you know, because it's scary. You know, you feel like you're opening yourself up. You don't know what this person's gonna say to you, what they're gonna, you know, afraid of what they're gonna ask you to do, afraid you're gonna be judged. You know, there's so many different reasons why people do not go to therapy. I've had some not so great therapists, and I've had some incredible therapists, you know, and so people don't do that. People don't want to go to therapy because they don't want to open themselves up. People know that they have traumas, that they've had many difficult things that they've had to go through in the past, and they feel like, I don't want to talk about it again. I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to stir the pot, right? That's what people say all the time, you know, when they're talking about negative things. But in reality, it's there. It's like garbage, okay? And if you don't clean out the garbage, what is going to happen to it? It's going to continue stinking up the room, stinking up your life.
Garbage day!
Huh?
No!
That's how I equate it to. And you know, it's true. You know, people say, oh, don't think about it, forget about it, go on with your life. Well, it doesn't work that way. You know, I mean, yeah, you can learn how to live with the garbage, right? You can learn how to live with it. There's no doubt that you can learn to live with garbage. And it is hard work to dig out the garbage sometimes, especially if it's been there so long. It's like it's stuck to the wall. It's you know, putrefied, whatever it's done. And you know, how do you clean that out? I mean, you know, literally, I mean, you can even think about that in terms of like people that hoard stuff. I mean, that's kind of an extreme example, but at the same time, I think it's very symbolic that way. It's you know, it's a similar thing, because why are those people collecting so much stuff? It's almost like they're trying to bury themselves in that, and that, you know. So anyway, getting back to you know, the philosophy behind these cards is that it is hard to stay in touch with your inner feelings and yourself, and to be positive when you have been through very difficult things in your life. And so, you know, like they say, one famous saying, you know, from Christianity is, you know, the children are going to inherit the earth, right? Why do they say that? Because children are innocent, children are open, you know, children just, what do they want to do? They want to play. They want to experience the planet. You know, they love to play with other kids and animals and go out in nature. And you know, they just want to twirl around in the yard. They want to run around in the yard. They want to roll down hills, you know, things like that. And like we're as adults, you know, that's not proper to do that. You know, unless you get high or drunk, that's about the only time that a lot of times people do that, you know. And so the other thing that's part of this, the questions is activities. So it's not all just questions. So some of the activities are like, here's one. I just pull this one up. Okay, snap your fingers as loud as you can. So it's just like, why would you say to do that? Because it gets you out of your head. And that's what kids are really good at. They're not in their head. They're feeling with their entire being, and they just experience life. That's why they're free. And as adults, we suppress that. We suppress it all the time because in a lot of ways we have to in order, you know, to live life. And so that's why I put those kinds of cards in there too. So let's see, I'm going to find another one. Okay, here's another one. Flap your wings and soar. So that's a really silly thing to do. Okay, flap your wings. How do you flap your wings? You know, again, it gets you in touch with yourself, with your body, gets you out of your head. Okay.
You stretch your.
Yeah, so you're just stretching, you know. So I even tell people that, like, if they're going to sit down, if I'm going to give somebody a reading, you know, I just say, okay, stand, you know, twirl around. Just twirl around in the room, okay? Because who does that? Kids.
Yeah.
Kids do that naturally. They don't even think about it. They just feel, I want to go twirl. Why? Because it's fun. Why? Because it makes you feel good, you know?
Fairies.
Yeah, you know, so that's why I put these activities in there, because I've had adults, for example, they'll sit down and you cannot really get a good feeling from this game if you're not open. Okay. And as adults, we're constantly closed because, you know, it works better in a lot of ways to just be in your head and make decisions and, you know, that kind of stuff. And so, you know, with kids are the complete opposite. Again, you know, they're just, what are we going to do today? You know, I want this for lunch because that's what I feel. You know, adults are, well, I'm not sure if I want that, or, you know, whatever, you know, there's just a million different decisions
You set the tone.
that set the tone for that. So, okay, so here's another silly one. Okay, it's make a baby animal sound. Make a baby animal sound. Okay, so again, you know, it's just those kinds of things. So I put those in there because it gets you out of your head. Okay, so a lot of these they're very, very simple. So this particular set of cards that I have created right here, they are what I call it literally the fun, silly card set. I have another one which I actually haven't published yet, okay, which is called A Deeper Connection. So this is kind of like the general purpose set, which is, you know, it's more, if you want to say it, childlike. It's more just get in there and do it. Just have fun. Just connect with yourself, connect with other people in a really simple, straightforward way. The other set of cards that I have is about a a deeper connection. So they're going to ask you deeper questions. Like, for example, to contrast, like here I have, what's your favorite, who's a favorite superhero? Okay. And so in the other deck, it would be more like, okay, who's your favorite superhero, but why is he your favorite superhero? What about yourself do you relate to in that superhero, or you don't relate to, or there's something in that superhero that you want to be like? Okay, so they are more thoughtful questions. They're more thinking questions. Okay, and it just makes you figure out, like, it helps you to figure out why you do the things, and helps you uncover kind of hidden things in your life. So I thought that, on the broadcast that we do, I could just, like, again, talk about the philosophy behind just what I'm doing right now. Do a happy reading with you. We could even invite people to do readings. I could do the readings with them on the cards. If you wanted to, I could also read a poem at the beginning or the end, just as something fun to do, just to share, So,
Yeah.
I think making it as simple as possible.
Oh yeah. I thought about kind of just when we go, I just say was it so Diana Tennis, get your happy on.
Yes.
Till awaken within.